So Ashwini, actually, you are aware, right? On the CISA, we have five domains.
Yes.
The first one will talk about system security auditing process.
Mm-hmm.
Second one will be governance and management. Third one will be information systems acquisition, development, and implementation. And fourth one will be operations and business resilience along with systems information.
Mm-hmm.
Then the fifth one will be protection. How do you protect the information asset?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, Asta, you are
Yes,
clear about this, right?
yes, definitely. I'm clear about this.
Okay. So, we have discussed a lot in terms of what needs to be known before the session or before we start the CISA. But now, since you're in middle of the session, so we'll have to cope up with the curriculum, whatever we are discussing so far. So um, just I will just discuss in brief that what is each domain, Ashwini.
Yeah,
So
sure, Vinod.
so information system auditing process will go through the complete audit procedure, okay, which includes how the audit will happen, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
how are you collecting the evidences. So, and then how you do the analysis and what is the risk-based audit plan and all those stuff. That is what we
Mm-hmm.
are going to discuss in auditing process.
Okay.
So the primary importance of the domain one or the information system auditing process will be you have to comply with the regulations or standards of the
Mm-hmm.
business. So when we talk about CISA or CISM, we will normally think about the business, how the business will perform. So that is the key thing. Okay.
Okay.
So you are able to see my screen?
No, Vinod, not it.
Okay, 1 minute. I'll share it once again. Is it okay? Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, it is visible now.
Okay. Okay. So that is about the domain one. So the domain one will talk more about, you know, the completely about audits. So when you think about CISA or CISM, the first rule is to think that you have to look an overview from the business perspective. Okay, so based on that, you will have to judge. So, for example, if you are learning to 27,001 or 31,000 ISO, so or any other controls or a framework, then you will think on the day-to-day activities, how best it can be performed, how it can be aligned with the audit, right? So, but when you think about CISA or CISM, you should think as if you are a business person, and then how you are going to get aligned because the SOC team or the security team, you have to think that they are reporting to you. Okay, so when they are reporting to you, what will be your responsibility? You will have to overlook the functionality, how the functionality will be there in place. You will have to get in touch with the legal team to ensure the business is, you are aligned with the business requirement. That is what is the first thing what you have to think when you go for a CISA or CISM. Okay, CISA is also more about functional and day-to-day, more of a functional kind of a thing. But CSM is to overlook on the day-to-day or the functions which is running on the in the business, and to overlook on the business side whether the standards and governance is there in place or not. That is what the difference between CSAM and the CISA. Okay, so CISA will carry more weightage because CISA is the ground level where you will interact with every team along with the business requirement. Okay, so then governance, the governance and management, you will think why that particular control is required as per means when you look at the business perspective, you will need to know that this particular control has to be there for that particular business. So whether it might be a COVID framework or SOC control or ISO 27001 or 31,000 or 41,000, that how best you can, what is the requirement and how you can control that. So for example, if there is no control criteria in your organization, you have to implement that. So that is what is the requirement. Okay, so that is what you will look or overall look in the governance and management of IT. Okay, so then the third one will look at information system acquisition development. What do you mean by acquisition? Acquisition is like you are going to purchase. If you are going to purchase, some grocery, so that means you are going to acquire that from that particular place. So like that, you are having different criteria to purchase something. So when you are going to purchase or when you are giving some service, that is also a kind of acquisition only. So when you are giving some kind of a service or something like that, what is that you have to think and how you have to perform. So that is what is which you are going to learn in information system security acquisition development and implementation. So now the fourth one will be operations and business resilience. So that is the fourth one. Fourth one, operations, how you ensure that the operations is there in place. That is why the ITIL will come into the place. ITIL is nothing but how to ensure that the smooth process is there in place. Okay, one second. Operations, system operations and business resilience. Okay, so here in business operations and business operations and operations and business resilience, you will majorly you will speak about you know the how the business continuity is there in place. So that is why operations and business resilience. Business resilience means how best you can have the business continued in case of any disaster. So, for example, if there is a natural calamity, how you are going to address that? That is what, on the overview, the business stakeholders will think. So, for example, if something happens, some crisis happens, uh, in one state, the complete state. So, is there a business? Will the business go down? So, in that case, what will be the alternative? So that is why if you see, if when I was working in a Fortune 500 company, so they gave business, and we were not alone. They were giving it to multiple companies. Like, for example, we had a BPO process where, I was working in Hinduja Group. So we were having a good process, good count in place. But then when we were trying to acquire more people, so then they said that we are not supposed to do that. We will be distributing that to different organization like Accenture or any other company, Infosys or any other company. So it will be distributed. So that is one way of looking at the business continuity. The second thing is, if you want a good business, you should be scattered across the globe. So to ensure, you have to give them an assurance saying that if this particular region is down, we will still be working with the another region. So what they actually do is they will keep some empty seats. Okay, saying that that will be that is a different type of DR and BCP plan, So they have a different type of BCP plan, but mainly it will talk about how you are going to have the redundancy in case of any issue or crisis that happens. And when you do that, when you think about BCP or DR, what we have to think about is, on from the ground level they will think. So what is the impact for the business? Okay, so maybe your one of your switch will fail. Okay, so at that time your desktop will not work. Some set of desktops will not work. So what is the impact and how much time you will take for that, switch to get replaced? So if you see in your, organizations, you will have two ports, right? Immediately your TL will come and say one switch is failed, just connect it to a different port. Or if it is a Wi-Fi, then the Wi-Fi, if there is some problem with the Wi-Fi, they will switch off the access point. So everybody will connect with another switch access point. So these are the things which you have to list it down. So what I told you is about the single point of failure. So that is called as a single point of failure. You have to make a note of single point of failure and then you will have to submit to the client. When you make a note of single point of failure, then you will have to write the estimation that is called as, the recovery point and the recovery point objective. So what time you will have the restoration done in case if something happens. So if the switch is failed, how much time will you take to recover? If the firewall fails, how much time will you take to recover? Or if the ISP fails, how much time will you take to recover? So there are some, Ashwini, which company you told you are working?
Deloitte one.
Deloitte. Okay. So in Deloitte, there are a few people who are known to me. So Deloitte, you have uh, three links. Okay. You have three links in Deloitte. So one, I'm talking about ISP. One link, if it is failed, the other link will take over. So the same thing with, if the two links fail, then, the tertiary link will take over. So they have thought about two links if it is failed. That is how some clients are. So they will see all kind of redundancy and we need to provide that redundancy level to the client. Okay, so that is what you mainly, on the domain 3 you will talk about system acquisition, development and implementation. In that, the main thing what they are going to look is BCP and DR process. Okay, so when it comes to development, it will be software development lifecycle, that is your SDLC process. Then, oh, sorry. That is, I was talking about SDLC that will come under, system information acquisition and development implementation. That is domain 3. I'm really sorry. Domain 4 is, I was talking about the domain 4 where we talk about BCP, DR, impact for the business and how to have the single point of failure documented and all those stuff. That comes under domain 4, which is your operations and business resilience. Okay. So the next one is protection of information asset. So the key thing of protection of information asset is asset in a company, from the people to the, IT devices along with table, chair, everything is an asset. So what is critical, what is non-critical? So that you will define as a severity. So how you are going to address the severity and how you are going to, address each kind of severity. So for that, you need to check what is the vulnerability for that particular asset. So for example, a person or a or an employee, okay, how critical he is for a company. So what is vulnerable for that? What is vulnerability by an employee? Okay, so how are you going to address that? One thing is your NDA. So like that, any kind of agreement can be there for addressing a people. So I'm just giving an example. For IT asset, if it is a file server, how are you going to address? For file server, if you are going to address, then you will have one thing which you always keep it in mind. What is that, Asta? Or when it comes to IT, you will keep one thing always remembered. What is that, Asta?
Oh, I'm unable to recollect right now.
Okay, no problem. It is, data at rest or data at motion, right?
Motion.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know that,
Yes.
but you might
Yeah.
get confused.
There's so much in my mind.
Correct, correct.
Yes.
So, Ashwini, you got it. So, Ashwini, you're
Yeah,
there?
Vinod got it.
Okay, is it boring session for you?
No, no, not at all.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you think about IT, you just think about data at rest or data at motion. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How you are
Okay.
going to address. So, when you think about people or when you think about a person, okay, in the organization, he is also very critical, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that how are you going to protect? So he might have a malicious intention, or he might have an intention to leak the information of the company outside. So how are you going to protect that? Okay, so those are the things which are vulnerable. So we have spoken about a lot of things before. When Asta was there, we have spent a lot of hours time and talking about vulnerability, threat, and all those stuff. But I'll just give you in brief. Vulnerability is nothing but a weakness. Okay, so for example, if you have a house, you just lock the door with a very old version of a key. So what happens is, if somebody wants to somebody wants to rob, they will come, they will try with a different key. That is called as vulnerability. They are identifying the vulnerability. They are identifying vulnerability, what kind of key it is. So once they come to know that this is the type of the key, and if they are if they are successful in opening the lock with the key what they have made it newly, that is called as exploitation. Okay, so in the technical terms, when you come to the technical terms, if I do a scanning, okay, when I do a scanning of a company, so when I do a scan, whether the company is okay to accept that scan. Okay, so if the company is ready to accept that scan, that means that is also vulnerable. So that is the first step. The second step is, it it will, once you scan, you will get the vulnerability of that particular company. So that is where you will actually get the vulnerability for that particular asset. You will get the data that is called as that is the identification of vulnerability. Okay, so then you will exploit that particular vulnerability, and then you will get into it. That is called as exploitation. So you will get the vulnerability details, and you will get into it. You will identify what kind of vulnerability it is, and then you will go inside that particular device with the identified vulnerability. If you are able to do that, that is called as exploitation. Okay, so these are the things which I am talking to in general. So this is about the protection of assets. Okay, so the highest questions will come from IT operations and recovery, and cybersecurity and data protection in CISA domain when you write the exam. Okay, so we are in domain 2 right now. Okay. Asta, where did we leave? We left an segregation of duties, is it?
We have discussed this part, like segregation of duty.
Risk
Yes,
management.
framework. We can start from there.
Yeah, yeah. One second. One second, please. Sorry, I have a little bit of cold, so I'll take a break in between. Okay. So now we are talking about the 1 minute and then ಇಲ್ಲ ಇത്രೇ ಉള്ളൂ ഇതില് ഇത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ ഇതില് it's I think that's the yeah. Yeah, it's like this. Hmm. It's like this. Sorry, in the risk management framework, okay. Asta and Ashwini, can you tell me what do you think about the risk management framework? Am I audible? Hello?
Yeah, Vinod, you're audible.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. So as per me, and as per my understanding, I believe risk management framework is that where business identify the risk and then they how they will assess and mitigate or manage those risks. So that will be their action plans, like if like it can manage or it will mitigate
Okay.
those risks. So this whole framework is called risk management,
Okay.
where they basically in place some controls to mitigate those identified risks as well.
Okay, great. So, Ashwini, what do you think about risk management framework?
Uh, like as a set of rules or regulations which will just help us in identifying what set of risks are there with respect to the internal systems and how to mitigate them.
Okay, that's all. Just think, no? What is that? Think on the business perspective. Let me know. Just think on the business perspective. You can Google it also and tell me what is that you think about the risk management framework.
Mm-hmm. Like how the organization and the authoritative personals will just check with or how they can mitigate and what decision they can take.
Correct. So, see now the difference between you and Asta is that you are thinking more on a functional aspect, and Asta is thinking more on a business aspect. Okay, so that is
Mm-hmm.
what is the change. We have to think more on a business aspect. So now you told as per the business aspect, right? So now what happens is,
Mm-hmm.
when you think about the business, okay, so here also the enterprise risk management, you are saying that holistic view of organization risk. Okay, so what is the kind of business and how well you are managing the risk? So, for example, RMF, it is called as RMF, Risk Management Framework. So, you can, in short, or somebody, when they call it as RMF, you can think that it is a risk management framework. So now, when you think about risk management framework, you should always think about the business perspective, what kind of controls you have, and what is the assets and the kind of risk associated with that. Okay, so it is all about the security, and there are the framework which you establish based on the business perspective. Okay, whether it is ISO or ISO standards or NIST. What is the ISO standard for RMF, Risk Management Framework? Asta, Ashwini? Okay. Am I audible?
Oh
Yes,
yeah, you're audible.
Okay.
yes.
So is it boring? So do you want me to change the way I speak, or how is it? Asta?
No, I think I'm fine with it. Like since we have been doing that.
Okay. So Ashwini, is it, I mean, I am just thinking about an interactive session. Asta was very interactive. I don't know what happened today. So Asta, any issues? You are okay?
I'm fine actually. I'm just facing a bit network issue, so I'm just trying to
Okay. Okay.
nothing much. So for ISO, for risk, there's a ISO 31,000, which is
Mhm.
separate for risk management, I guess.
Yeah, correct. So Ashwini, you can be more interactive. There is nothing like, we can be like friends. You can speak whatever you want, because when you speak, you will, even if it is a small mistake or a big mistake, don't have to worry, because we are all here for learning only. Even I am also learning in
Yeah,
this.
yeah, sure, Vinod.
Okay. So, having said that, let's have a very interactive session so that it will be very transparent. If you don't like the way I am speaking, you can say, Vinod, I'm not understanding in this way. Can you be a little slow, or can you go a little fast, or something like that? Let's be having a transparent interaction. Okay.
Yeah, so I have
Okay,
a
sure.
quick question with this. Like, since we had covered ISO 27,000,
Yeah.
and then after that, ISO 31,000 was introduced. So, was there any provision in ISO 27,001 for risk and controls? How risk were treated that time? Because this is pretty new, I guess. ISO 31,001 is a like new year concept.
Uh, can you tell me once again? I wanted to be clear what you're asking.
Okay, so ISO 31,000 is a quite new concept. It's
Okay.
newly introduced. And prior to this, how risk was being uh, dealt with? Like we have different clauses, as we have discussed, like clause 1 to clause 5, then
Mhm.
clause 4 to there were like 92 clauses for ISO 27,000.
Correct, correct.
So where this risk was fit in those time, like how they used to dealt with this.
In ISO, you think about clause 6, okay? What do you think about clause 6?
Was organization, I guess.
Mm. So what you're let's in that you have information security risk assessment and information security risk treatment.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
that talks about risk, right?
Okay.
So
Got it.
so that is what I told you in the last previous classes, where
Mm-hmm.
in ISO will cover everything in detail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but you have a SOC in place, SOC 1, SOC 2,
Mm-hmm.
SOC 1, SOC 2, SOC 3, and type 1, type 2, and all. So that is in detail for
Mm-hmm.
ensuring the process is there in place. A detailed process is there in place. So, for example, if you have 1 second. Hello, hello. ಹೇಳಿ. 3-1. Rashmi, Pratik. Sorry. So, you know, uh, what we were talking about is about the risk, right? So, we have different, specialization that is called a specialization audit, Asta. So,
Mm-hmm.
anything which is related to finance or, risk, detailed, for example, HDFC,
Mm-hmm.
if they follow 21,000, it is fine. That is a basic
Mm-hmm.
requirement, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what are they into? They are into financial, they are in finance, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they should have some kind of a specialization. So they will go for ISO 31,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what comes under 31,000 is completely different from the ISO. It is not, sorry, it is not completely different. It is an enhanced version of ISO, I can say.
So in a way, they are complying both the regulations, like ISO 27000, and they're more inclined toward information security. But since ISO 31000 is just more of risk, so in a way, they are complying both.
Correct,
Is
correct.
is that you want to say, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes, of course.
got it.
So ISO 21,001, they have to comply because
Mm-hmm.
that will cover the entire organization. So then they will go with ISO 31,000 because they will follow the complete risk management. For example, in your organization, I gave you an example, right? In your organization,
Mm-hmm.
you will have a policy of idle timeout for an idle timeout
Mm-hmm.
of 3 minutes, let's say. Okay, the standard is it should be less than 5 minutes. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so idle timeout as per the real timeline, it should be less than 5 minutes as per the standard regulation. But you in your organization to comply that, you will make it a little lesser, 3 minutes. Okay, so you will be 100% compliant. Now, when you leave the desk and go, after 3 minutes it will lock. That is what it means, correct? But in banking sectors, when they follow these kind of regulations, they are not supposed to leave the desk and go without locking.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that is the enhanced version of risk security.
Mm. Okay.
Okay, so anything, is it clear, Ashwini?
Yes, Vinod. I'm just
Mm.
trying to correlate.
Okay. So it is very mandatory that we need to know, the ISO control, ISO 27001 at least. Okay. So that covers everything. So for you, you need to know about ISO control and you need to know about NIST also. Have you come across NIST? Do you know about NIST?
I just heard, but haven't worked on that framework or such
Yeah,
related
no,
controls.
but if you know about ISO, that is more than enough. NIST is also another framework. Okay. It is another type of framework like ISO
Okay.
27001,
Mm-hmm.
but it is more focused on security apart from, organization. That is what it, different, it is, that is how it is differentiated. Okay. But anyways, in ISO, we have different controls. Asta, can you tell me the controls?
General controls, application controls,
Okay.
access controls,
Okay.
and application controls,
Okay.
I
Okay.
guess. And I think the category like prevention, detection, and corrective controls. Like if that is based on like purpose, preventive, detective, and corrective, and if it's nature or like how that has to be, then manual and automated.
Okay, from
And
what number it will start? Organization control, what number it will start?
I think four,
Is it four?
five, I guess.
Five.
Five.
So you just tell by the organization control. I'll just open the note what we have prepared.
Okay. You mean clauses, right?
Yeah, 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, you can tell, no problem. I'm just trying to open the.
As far as I remember, clause 6 was, I think, general control,
Okay.
and uh, clause 5 was leadership, where like how the policies and framework was. We discussed about the roles and responsibilities and the policies, and clause 8, I guess, was operation control.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I may be messed up with the numbers, but yeah,
Okay.
I,
Anyways, so it's okay because when I ask, you might get confused. I'll tell once again.
mhm,
Five is organization control. Okay, I'll just write it once again for your reference.
mhm.
I don't know where that file is. Five. Ashwini, this is for you. Okay.
Yeah, Vinod.
See, when you come across ISO 27001, okay, so that is the basics which you have to know. Without that, if you are saying that you are a security person in an organization, so they might judge you. Okay, so you don't have to know all the controls, but you need to know only few controls which you have to remember always. So there is something called as organization control, which starts from clause 5. Okay, so for example, if it is if it is for policies, okay, it might be 5.1. 5.1. So like that, if you have, you know, segregation of duties, okay, SOD, segregation of duties, as per ISO 27001 and clause number 5, because it comes under organization policy, right? Segregation of duties will come under organization policy. That will be your 5.3, correct? 5.3. Okay. So this is how we You don't have to remember all these things. Anything which is related to organization control will come under clause 5. Then later on, even your ISO 27001 exam is also open book exam. Okay, but you should know that which control is for what. When you read a scenario, you should know that it is an organization control and it comes under this policy, this framework or something like that. So when you think about that, it all starts from 5. The control number will start from 5. Okay. So that is your organization control. Clear? Ashwini?
Yes, clear.
Okay. So the next one is what? Asta? It is people control. That will start from 6.
Yes.
Okay. So when you come across people control, the first one is what? When you recruit, you will have an NDA signed, you will have the screening which is done, you will see whether he is fit for the organization or not, and then you will go for different rounds of taking an assessment, all those stuff, right? So screening is the one, very important one. So it will be 6.1, first class. So, like this, you have a lot of things. Whatever is coming under people control will be in clause 6. Okay. So, it's very easy to remember 5 to 8, right? Asta?
Yes. Yes.
So, 5 to 8, only 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. Four things you have to remember: organization control, people control, then
Then
seventh one
support.
is what?
Support. I guess support. Hello?
Hello?
Am I audible? Support.
Yeah, seventh one is support, is it?
Uh, I guess so.
It is physical control, na?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Then what is eighth control? You told support because it comes under physical control, right? Okay. What is eighth control? Asta? Ashwini, am I audible?
Yeah, Vinod, you are audible.
Okay. So we have four controls. Okay. Organizational,
Okay.
people, physical, and technological. Asta, you're audible? Means, am I audible to you? I think she's having some network issues.
Mhm.
Asta, you're there? Hmm. 1 minute.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, Asta, Ashwini, you both are there? Asta?
I'm there, Vinod. Asta was dropped off, I believe, due to some network
Okay.
issue.
Let me check with her 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. She has sent that she will be joining quickly. Okay. Anyways, Pratik ഒന്ന് വാതിലടയ്ക്ക് മോനെ. So this is all about the ISO 27001. Okay.
Okay.
Ashwini, 5, 6,
Mm,
7, and 8. Organization control, people control, physical control, and technological control.
okay.
Okay. So anything which is related to organization,
Mm,
which is more on policy, governance,
mm,
and business related with security. Security will come under organization control. Okay. So
okay.
for people, what do you think? People control. Main is
Like
for
roles and
HR,
responsibilities.
okay, HR, employee behavior,
Mm,
or you can think about anything, remote control policy or something like that. Everything will come under people control, right? So how are
okay.
you going to control? So each and everything, let's say I am heading a process, okay,
Mm-hmm.
in my company.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm heading different departments. So when it comes to me, what will happen? 1 minute. So when anything will come to me as an issue, saying that Vinod, this is the issue what I am facing on a regular basis. So what can we do? So I will not point a mistake on somebody, okay,
Mm-hmm.
because it is a organization failure. Okay, so for example, we deploy manpower also. So let's
Mm,
say we have a regular visit with the client saying that how is the performance, is there any gaps or something like that. So now when they say the complaint, okay, will we fire that employee or we will improve the process? We have to improve the process, right? Firing an
yes.
employee will not solve the purpose.
Yes, correct.
So we will have to improve the process. If you fire the employee, you will get the same or more worst employee than what you are thinking of that particular employee.
Mm-hmm.
So how you can best improve the process in place. That is how we grow in the organization. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, what control you are going to put in place? That is what is the practical example when you think in the organization level.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So those things, when you think about that, you will change some parameter in the policy, or you will apply a new policy. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
You will apply a
Yes.
new control. So that is why when if you are very close with the head of the department or a senior guy, even then they will not speak to you openly because they know that you will implement a process in place. If a person is just exaggerating himself, saying that
Mm-hmm.
you should not do that, you should not do this, that's not the right way, or that's not a matured level of handling the process when you're
Situation. Mm-hmm.
in the when you're in the senior stage, or
Mm-hmm.
any seniority level, whether you are as a team leader or a manager or head of the department, you should always
Mm-hmm.
think about how you can improve yourself and how you can improve your peers, right?
Mm.
So for
Yes.
that, yelling at anybody or raising your voice will not work. You will always have to have a process in place. That is what you will think when it is coming under people control.
Okay. Mm.
Okay. So then we will come under physical control. So what do you think about physical control? What do you think about physical?
Uh, Anything related to the physical environment related.
Okay.
Mm.
Have you faced any audits or have you been with the auditor anytime? What is your role, Asta? Sorry,
Sorry.
Ashwini.
Role in the sense like my
Current company.
designation is no, my designation is assistant manager, but I mostly work with SOC reports, testing all the controls and drafting the SOC report.
SOC report. Okay.
Yeah, SOC SOC report.
So you been with the organization audits and all? ISO
Organization.
27001 and all, you were a part of it.
No, not as of now.
Okay. So when you talk about physical control, you
Mm-hmm.
talk about, the mainly about security,
Mm-hmm.
physical security. Okay.
Okay.
Physical security. So when you talk about
As in
physical security,
logical access areas and
correct, correct.
okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
if a person is logged in, for how much time
Mm-hmm.
logged means.
Mm-hmm.
So physical security, it is about it is about how secure you are going to have the physical security in place. So for example, your organization, outside organization, within the organization you have a reception area, right?
Yes, yes.
So you have a reception area, you have a server room, you have some critical rooms in place, you have a safe locker, right? So I'll give you some two, three examples which you can remember when you are
Mm-hmm.
in that particular, when you go through that. So physical security, what happens is when you have a security personnel in place, why
Mm-hmm.
don't the people, organization hire somebody and why they are going for an agency? You have any idea on that?
Can you come again once?
So when you
Mm-hmm.
come inside your organization, right, you have
Mm-hmm.
a watchman, right? Oh, sorry,
Yes.
security personnel. 1 minute.
Yeah, sure.
Hello. Yeah, yeah. 1 minute. Rashmi. Sorry, Ashwini.
No worries, Sinath.
Hmm. So you have the physical security, or when you walk in, they
Mm-hmm.
will check for your physical security, right? That the
Yes.
company only can hire, no? But why they are hiring another organization? You know why? So, or for example, in your apartment, you will be
Mm-hmm.
staying in an apartment, right? Or you would have seen somebody staying in an apartment. They have
Yes.
security personnel. They will
Yes.
normally hire a agency. They will not hire, they will not hire somebody and ask to guard the apartment. Do you know why?
I'm not sure.
Hmm. But think, no? Okay.
If it is an age, sorry.
So if in case if
Mm-hmm.
if some problem happens,
Mm-hmm.
okay, in an organization,
Mm-hmm.
so the organization, as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
they will be owner for something which goes wrong. That is one thing, and they
Mm-hmm.
can ask the security personnel, whoever is there, they will get another set of people immediately. They will notify their agency, and they
Mm-hmm.
will get another set of people immediately when there is some incident or crisis which is happened in the organization, right? So that cannot
Yes.
happen when
If it is a single person.
yeah, when you have your own people as a
Mm-hmm.
security guard, so then there will be a lot of expenses, because the security also personnel also should go through some kind of a training and all those stuff
Mm-hmm. Got it.
to
Got it.
guard the physical environment of that particular area, right?
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
that is why they go for an agency. So those kind of controls, when you think about, you will
Mm-hmm.
think about physical control.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that is called as environmental threats.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever those kind of things will come, it is called as environmental threat. So when the person is inside the organization, let's
Mm-hmm.
say I am inside the organization and I am accessing a critical data from US or somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So if I am not loyal to the company, I might steal the data, right? I might send it to someone.
Yes.
So for that, what is the control? What you are going to have what kind of control you are going to have within the organization? So one best thing is clear screen and clear display, and clear screen. Clear desk and clear
A
screen display.
clear screen. Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Yes.
whatever you do will be on a remote environment, and you will not have anything saved on the desktop or restriction. But if you write it on a paper and a pen, or if you take a snapshot from the mobile, that is also vulnerable. So that
Yeah.
you will take it as a separate. So that will be under a clear screen and clear desk will come under 7.7. Okay. So that
Okay.
is how you will have a list of criteria what needs to be done,
Mm-hmm.
okay, for a company, and how is the audit performed. That is called as control criteria, whether that is met or not.
Okay. Got it. Mm-hmm.
So even if a critical device is not is not handled properly, that is also
Mm-hmm.
a vulnerability. It is also observation or a non-conformity. Okay, so that comes
Okay.
under 7.8. It is called as equipment sitting and protection. So that is why understanding the 27,001 is very important for you. Okay, as a
Mm-hmm.
basic knowledge.
Okay. Sure. Sure. Parallel, I will just try to go through it as well.
Okay, so then will come under technological control. You don't have to learn about everything in detail. You just have to know
Mm-hmm.
organization control, which comes under clause 5.
Okay.
Okay. People
Mm-hmm.
control, which comes under clause 6.
Plus 6. Mm-hmm.
Physical control, which comes under clause 7, and technological control, which will come under clause 8.
8. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. So anything which is related to technology will come under clause 8.
Plus 8. Okay.
Yeah. So clause 8, technological control, will talk about systems, networks, and data protection. Data. Okay. So overall, what is it? When it comes about organization security, organization technological control, you will think about data at rest or data at motion should be
Mm.
secure.
Okay.
Okay, 1 minute. I'll just go to
Mm.
this chapter. I'll call a pasta. I think Asta is not responding.
Okay.
So we will wait until Asta will return back. I think we
Yeah,
need some
sure, Vinod.
time. In
Mm.
between, you want to ask any other doubts?
Not, I mean, I don't have any doubts specifically, but
Okay.
as I just mentioned, as I have just started this session now, I will just try to get the recordings from the management for the first domain, regarding the first domain, so that I can just go through them and I can reach out to you if there are any roadblocks.
Okay. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. So we have
Mhm.
discussed a lot of things in from domain one.
Okay.
Before domain one, we talked about the IT infrastructure. You need
Mm-hmm.
to know about IT infrastructure. Okay, so what each device will do. You need to know,
Okay.
how the organization will work as a business. So
Mm-hmm.
when there is a business which is going to be commission, or let's say, I am having a business and you are having the business, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I am having a business of servicing people. You are having the business of getting the services for some organizations, and you will do
Mm-hmm.
it. For example, you will have a business of getting the services from hospitals, serving,
Mm-hmm.
some kind of verification kind of a thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? So then I have a organization to serve your kind of people. So you will give me the business, right? So for
Yes.
that, if I take the business, whether it is okay for me or not, that I have to check, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for
Yes.
that, yeah, we need to think in that direction, and then we need to have the initial call will always be like, you have a business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you will check whether that particular business, if I am going to take, is worth or not. Because some business, let's say if I take the healthcare business, I will be
Mm-hmm.
incurring minimum cost for the compliance. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
whether I will be able to take it or not, what is the expenses? So
Mm-hmm.
all those things we have to think, and then we have to proceed. So for that, first level of discussion will be the business type and the business, how it functions. The second, the discussion will be with the legal team, whether we can
Mm-hmm.
take it or not, what kind of controls and regulations which we need to follow. So we need to follow, let's say you are in US and I am in India, we need to
Mm-hmm.
follow both US regulation and Indian regulation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whether it will
Yes.
be, amicable or not, what is the kind of profit what we are getting? So if we are
Mm-hmm.
getting some X amount of profit, will that be sufficient to run the business or not?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Yes.
what kind of risks are involved in that? So all those things we will think before taking the business. So once we take the business, then we have to have the legal team will say that these are the things which we need to comply. So then our security team will come into the place. CISO,
Mm-hmm.
Chief Information Security Officer, he will come into the place and he will say that he will have a view of IT organization and the people and the process. All the three he will be having
Mm-hmm.
a view, eagle eye view will be there with him for all the three places. So now how he is going to address all the three verticals with this particular regulation. Okay, he will
Okay.
create a roadmap and he will create, roadmap and he will present it to the management team, and then they will decide whether to take it or not, because they actually need to know what is the risk involved in that process.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and whether if they follow that risk, whether the profitability is okay. Let's say if the profitability is some X amount and you're investing more than that for your infrastructure to manage and mitigate the risks, whatever is going to have that for that particular organization. So
Mm-hmm.
that is not good, right? So they will think about all the aspects. Okay, so
Okay.
when they
Mm-hmm.
think about all the aspects, and if that business is going through, okay, then you will have a guidelines in place
Mm-hmm.
that is on the topmost position. You will have some guidelines. Everybody, all the business stakeholders and the management will sit and say that this is the guidelines which we need to follow.
Okay.
So in that kind of guidelines only your SOC 3 report will come, right?
Yes.
What is your SOC 3?
It's an public report. Um, like it does not involve any of the confidential information, but it just gives an overview of the organization, what is the process they are following.
Hmm. Then.
Mm, then what are the roles and responsibilities that each and every team is having.
Okay. So SOC 3, okay, when you talk about SOC 3, I told because you
Mm-hmm.
are you're taking care of SOC 1 and SOC 2, right? So
Mm-hmm.
SOC 3 will be a complete audit for the organization,
Mm-hmm.
which will be performed by CPA. It is called a CPA. Do
Mm-hmm.
you know what is CPA?
Uh, Certified public
Public accountant.
accountant. Mm.
Right. So it will
Yes.
be why the CPA will be there, because if anything goes wrong, they will catch hold of CPA. How did they do the audit?
Mm-hmm.
So CPA will certify an organization whether it meets the trust security or not, services or not.
Service criteria.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
trust service criteria. Why? Because organization, whatever they say, okay,
Mm-hmm.
whatever they say that we are like that, we are like this, we have done
Mm-hmm.
this much of profit, we have done this much of loss.
Mm-hmm.
So organization will say, but whether it is true or not, who will decide? They will be having an audit. So who will be certifying that? That will be certified by CPA. Who is
Mm-hmm.
the CPA? CPA is a certified public
Accountant.
accountant, right?
Mm.
So
Yes.
when they certify, then everybody will think that it is a trust. There is a
Mm.
trust for that particular organization which they have told. So
Mm.
is about SOC 3, right? So
Yes.
then they will publish it on the public. So then only your shares or your public shares and all will get impacted, right?
Yes, correct.
So that is how it is. So your SOC 2, what it says?
Um, SOC 2 deals with the five trust service criterias. It will just show like how the controls are being like whether the controls are being effective or ineffective based on the five trust principles.
Okay. Okay, correct. So now we will not talk much in detail. Okay.
Okay.
But SOC 1 is for financial report. Okay.
Yes.
Majority SOC 1 is for financial reports.
Financial reports.
So to prove that whatever the finance they are taking care of is
Mm-hmm.
you know, audited and it is trusted.
Mm-hmm.
SOC 2 is for operations, as I told you earlier. So it is specialized based on operations, what kind of operations you have. For example, if I am a software development company, having
Mm-hmm.
ISO 27001 is fine. But having ISO 27001, it says
Mm-hmm.
that you should have a process in place. And that process is in place. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
But when I am having a software development in place, then
Mm-hmm.
I need to ensure that the process has to be audited, right? For that,
Yes.
SOC 2 will be there. That is called a specialized audit. SOC 1, SOC 2, and SOC 3 is a specialized audit.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. So SOC 2 will talk about security and operations when they go in detail. That will be your SOC 2. And for SOC 3, it is public. Okay, where the CPA will authorize whatever the company will say is it is correct. Like that, they will authorize. That is called SOC 3.
Yes.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so SOC 1, is a finance. Your
Mm-hmm.
CFO will address that. SOC 1.
Yes.
Okay, SOC 2 will be addressed by your security and IT team. It may be
Mm-hmm.
CISO, it might
Mm-hmm.
be CTO or something like that. Whoever is responsible depends on the organization. Okay. And SOC 3, whoever is a marketing head,
Mm-hmm.
okay, whoever will say, if CEO will say that he is responsible for anything which happens for the organization, then SOC 3 will be responsible or accountable by CEO.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, it depends on organization to organization how they want to differentiate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Okay, got it. Mm-hmm.
these are the things which you have to remember. Okay, now we spoke about governance, right? So after the governance, what
Yes.
will come? Sorry, we spoke about guidelines and governance. Okay, so after the guidelines, what will be there? Your standards. First,
Mm-hmm.
we talk about the guidelines. So this has to be like this has to be like this. Our organization should go through these many controls, framework before we
Mm-hmm.
get the business in place. So those things will be documented. That will be
Mm-hmm.
circulated with the business people. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
investing 500 crores, will you come and see how the team leader is working? No, right?
Mm-hmm. No.
You will be
L-
bothered about what is profit and what is loss. That's all for you, right?
yes, correct.
So for that, you will appoint a CEO.
Mm-hmm.
Let us say I am the CEO.
Mm-hmm.
You will say, Vinod, I have invested 500 crores.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me if this particular business is going to help us or not. I
Mm-hmm.
will analyze and say that this particular business, if we take, it is not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
If this particular business, if we are going to take at this particular investment, this will be our profit.
Okay.
That's all you want to know. Correct. Now,
Yes.
as a CEO,
Mm-hmm.
I am responsible and I am accountable for whatever I have spoken to you. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, how will I address the business? Let's say I have taken my close friend, I will give it to him. Everything you run it. That is possible. But Is it, will it work on a real time? Will you, let's say you have invested, you will say you have a very good friend of yours. You will ask, Vinod, he is a very good friend of mine. He will run your business. Will you tell like that?
And no, it
No,
won't
right?
work.
Because
Mm-hmm.
you need a specific skill set person. Why you need a specific skill set employee? Because they have to run the business. They have to align with the business requirement, right? So for
Mm-hmm.
that, they
Yes.
need to have some kind of a specialization within themselves. Right. So
Yes.
you have been asked to have the CISA certified because if you
Mm-hmm.
know the subject also, it is not okay for the
Mm-hmm.
organization to lead. They need
Mm-hmm.
the certified people to ensure they are, they are in, to ensure the assurance is there in place. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
if I am your manager, I will say Ashwini is well known about these many subjects.
Mm-hmm.
Organization will ask what kind of certifications they are having. What kind
Yes.
of certification Ashwini is having? Give me the list.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That is why they will ask people to undergo the training and to get the certification because they will put it in their records.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was a period when we had to undergo and we had to take ITIL process at one point of time for everyone in the organization. So who are in the managerial level. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that is also a requirement. So now a person will handle the business. So when he handles the business, he should have
Mm-hmm.
some rules and regulations to follow, right?
Yes.
So if I am saying that it has to be like that, it has to be like this, will somebody follow? They might
Mm-hmm.
follow, they might not follow. To have a
Mm-hmm.
smooth
Yes.
process in place, I will ask
Mm-hmm.
them to agree with the rules and regulations, whatever I told. So,
Mm-hmm.
what is that? That is documentation, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
They'll create a document. Now, the guidelines is set. The business
Mm-hmm.
SOA and the SLA and
Mm-hmm.
the agreement between the company is done. We have taken the business. Now, you
Mm-hmm.
have a guidelines in place. Now, based on the guidelines, you will
Mm-hmm.
instruct everyone to have this kind of controls and you should follow this. That is the standard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You should have
Okay.
that standard. So, next to guidelines, what is that? Standards should be there. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
then the standards, below the standards, okay, now I am the CEO. I
Mm-hmm.
hired one person to run the business. So I will see if the guidelines and standards
Mm-hmm.
are created and it is maintained. I will not look at policies.
Okay.
Okay. So it is a manager's responsibility to
Mm-hmm.
that policies are there in place to ensure that the people who are working should undergo that policy and they have
Mm-hmm.
to adhere with that particular policies,
Okay.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
after the standards, what has come? Policies.
Policies. Mm-hmm.
Now the policy also will again dictate, right? You have to be like that, you have to be like this.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now a person who is newly hired, okay, has to undergo all these things. They will read the policy, okay, but how will you ensure that they have done the activities properly? You have a team lead, you have a
Mm-hmm.
executive, you have level 1 engineer, level 2 engineer, level 3 engineer, and a team
Mm-hmm.
lead will be there, and
Mm-hmm.
manager will be there who will be responsible for all the activities. But if any mistake happens from level 1 engineer or level 2 engineer, how will they
Mm-hmm.
address that? So for that, they need to have a procedure in place.
Okay.
So that procedure is your, the how they have to work. They should not deviate the procedure.
The
If
process. Mm.
yeah, if you call your help desk, Airtel or you know,
Mm-hmm.
call your GoDaddy or Airtel help desk or some other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no matter you ask whatever you want, they will ask few questions, which is
Yes.
mandatory, and it
Mm-hmm.
will be recorded. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you will get irritated, but you have to answer that first.
Yes. True.
So that is the procedure what they follow. Okay, that is the
Mm.
procedure.
Okay,
Part
got
of
it.
the procedure. Okay, so let's say if
Mm-hmm.
I'm an IT admin, I have
Mm-hmm.
all the rights to delete a, you know, to delete or create a, disk.
Mm-hmm.
If I delete that disk, important data will be there that will be lost. I'll go and tell the manager that I have deleted this disk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then he will be accountable for what has happened because there is no procedure in it.
Mm-hmm.
You have a procedure, then you will have to do the checklist of whatever needs to be done before deleting the VM or a drive or something like that. Right? That is the procedure. So, from the top to bottom, a business should have business agreement, SLA, SOA, and then guidelines. Okay. So, after the guidelines, you have the standards, and then you have the policies across the organization, and then you have procedures.
Okay.
Right. I think Asta is not there.
She's not there.
Yeah. So, we will continue the next time.
Sure, sure.
You want to discuss anything prior, we can discuss, no problem.
Yeah, sure. And as mentioned, I will just go through that domain one,
Okay,
and I will just reach out to you in the next class if there are any roadblocks. Then.
okay, okay. So I
And
have given you the overview of all the domains, right?
yes, yes, correct.
Okay, you can go through that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, if you have any doubts, you can just contact and we will discuss on that.
Yeah, sure, Vinod.
Okay, yeah.
And when will be the next session?
I don't know. You can check with Nirmala or Sherin for that
Okay.
and have another discussion.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Usually, like, I was told that on weekends it will be from 9, but
Okay,
for the last 2 weeks I have joined, but the class was not there. So just thought
okay,
to check with you as well.
okay, okay, fine.
Mhm.
Mm. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
How was
yeah.
the session? Do you feel that you need me to change the way I explain or the discussion?
No, 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 it's completely fine.
Okay.
Mhm. If there are any, I will just let you know.
Ah, sure, sure. Let it be like an interactive session so that
Sure.
you will also discuss along with me. Okay.
Hmm.
So then we can talk about the real time scenarios and all.
Yes, yes, sure.
What about yourself? How many years of experience you have?
It is 4.
4 years.
4 years. And now I'm just being deployed into one of the oil and industry client.
Okay.
So they gave it as a requirement to be a CISA certified.
Oh,
And most probably it will be starting from April. So before that, I just thought to be aware of the topics at least. As I mentioned, until now I was into completely into the SOC reporting, drafting, and reviewing part.
okay, okay,
So the coming to the future engagement, it will be completely, as you mentioned, it will be an organizational wide audit with the SOX framework, SOX.
okay, okay,
Mm.
okay. SOX framework. Okay.
Mm.
Hmm.
So
So
I
you have
will
been
be
deployed in oil and
one of
okay,
the yes, the client is oil and natural gas industry.
national gas. Okay, for
Mm.
national gas,
Mm.
they will look for TSA and CISA.
Mm. Yes.
Okay, so you know what is a TSA?
Not sure.
Hmm. Okay, so they require
Mm.
Transportation Security Administration, it is called.
Acha, okay.
We have one client
Mm-hmm.
whom we are working with. It is called as Petronet. So
Okay.
they are giving all the oils to um, all the companies in India.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
So they have a lot of checklist in place. Okay. So for
Okay.
example, you are reporting to, means if your client is going to be oil industry,
Mm-hmm.
then you need to ensure that the incident has to be reported within 72 hours. This
Okay.
might be one of the interview question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So because I'm there in that particular industry, I'm just telling you, means
Mm-hmm.
it is also one of the they're also one of the client. So I majorly look into um, different areas when it comes to
Okay.
technical growth, technical aspect. So
Okay.
for your concern, okay, so they expect you to uh, you know have the incidents, how you report the incident, and what is the
Mm-hmm.
timeline. Those things
Mm-hmm.
they will ask. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Mm-hmm.
in case if you are coming across, you can give them an assurance that you know about CISA, and
Mm-hmm.
you will have to report within 72 hours. That is a deadline. In case if any incident happens, you need to inform within 72 hours. That is a deadline. Okay. Now,
Okay.
to meet the 72 hours, will you tell us 72 hours? No,
Mm-hmm.
because each organization will
Mm-hmm.
have their own restrictions, right? They will have to meet the
Yeah.
regulations. So it is very much positive, it is very much possible
Mm-hmm.
that we don't adhere
Mm-hmm.
to the timeline. So,
Yes.
or it is dependent on organization to organization. Sometimes it will be within 24 hours or 12 hours
Mm-hmm.
or 4
Mm-hmm.
hours. Okay, so they differentiate the incident with the severity, whether it is low, high, critical, or
Yes. Yes.
medium. So the critical, if it is very critical, then it will be 24, 4 hours or 2 hours or 3 hours or 15 minutes. It depends on organization to organization. But
Mm-hmm.
it should
Okay.
not cross this much of
72.
timeline. So that will be
Mm-hmm.
agreed. That may be 8, 9, 10, 12, 24. Maximum is
Mm-hmm.
24. But legally it is 72 hours. You should not cross
Yes.
72 hours.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Okay. Then you need to think more about safety. What is the
Mm-hmm.
safety methods? So for that, you will look after PHMSA. It is called as PHMSA.
Okay.
Okay, and you have emissions. You in your this one and all you will see, right? Emissions and all
Mm-hmm.
that will be taken care by EPA.
Okay.
Okay, and you need to have permit for each and every activity. So that
Mm-hmm.
will be taken care by BLM and DOI.
Okay.
Okay, these are the things which you can take care of. But
Mm-hmm.
major, you don't have to remember all these things. You need to have the security in place.
Okay.
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 So that
Mm-hmm.
will come under your domain. They will ask only within what is in your domain, basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. So they will talk about ISO 27001. They will
Mm-hmm.
ISO 31000 majority.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all those things you need to be aware of.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So it is called as enterprise risk management. Here,
Mm-hmm.
you can see this, right? In short form, they will say that ERM. So
ERM. Mm.
talk about ERM, don't get confused. Okay.
Okay.
It's all
Mm.
about organizational risk. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mm.
that is more important. That is why they asked about CISA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
But
there are five
every
whys and all, right? So
yes.
the core principle of the risk management is how the activities is been aligned. That is called as integrated part of activities aligned, which is something Okay, then you need to check how it is structured and what is the comprehensive methods. Then you
Mm-hmm.
need to have the customized way to fit the business requirement.
Okay.
Those all will come in the risk management framework. Okay, that is not there in CISA or whatever I
Mm.
spoke to you right now. Those
Mm-hmm.
things are not there in CISA domain. Okay, I'm just
Okay.
aware because this is the basics. Without this, if you learn CISA directly, then you
Mm-hmm.
can get certified, but you will not have any value add in the organization.
Okay. Mm.
Okay, so then you will have to know, the cultural factors, it is called as human and cultural factors, how
Mm-hmm.
it is been addressed and all those stuff that you need to address, that you need to check and you need to identify that. That is your KRA. That is one of your KRA. Okay,
Okay.
as a
Okay.
CISA. So, and the main thing as a CISA, it will be like, risk management is a part of it. So, under the risk management, I'm saying, so these are the
Mm-hmm.
things which you have to take care of. And you need to have a continual improvement. Continual improvement is a part of CISA's framework. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
It is not told in detail. Everything is in, everything is a cream part in CISA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But these are the key points which you have to remember and address about it.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Okay. And what about the framework of risk management? Framework should be how the leadership has to be informed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How the daily checks has to be performed. What are the vulnerabilities? You have to check what is the vulnerability. How will you check? You will just ask the SME, what are the
Mm-hmm.
devices you are going to have? What is the business? How are you going to perform a task? What is your daily activity? What are the things you have? And then you will list the vulnerabilities out of it. And then when you list the vulnerabilities, automatically you can create a checklist. There is no standard checklist. Okay. You have to create the checklist.
Okay.
And then you will have to design, you will have to design the risk structure. Okay. This
Okay.
might be the
Mm.
risk. If this is not working, then this might be the risk. That is called as design and planning.
Okay. Mm.
Okay, then you need to evaluate the risk. For example, DR plan is a evaluation, risk evaluation, right?
Mm.
And then when you do the risk evaluation, you will find the gaps out of it. That is your improvement plan.
Okay.
Okay, these are the things which
Mm.
you have to think of. You
Mm. Sure.
should very much be aware of what is the difference between 27,001 and 31,000.
Okay.
Okay. There are few things. If you want, I can list it down. If you want to
Mm.
quit, we can quit. Or if you want to listen to it, I'll take another 2 minutes to explain. What do
No,
you?
no, I will listen. No worries.
Okay. So there
Mm.
are few things in 27,000 and 31,000 which you have to remember. Just remember those
Okay.
things. Like your, see, if you know about these things, you can
Mm.
manage. That
Okay.
is in ISO 27001, what you
Mm.
are going to think? Organization control.
Mm.
What is the control? What is the control number for that?
Clause 5.
Class 5. Okay. And
Mm.
what is, okay, then comes under people control. What is the people control clause?
6.
6. Then
Mm.
comes under physical control. What is the physical control?
7.
Then
The
comes technological
mm.
control. What is technological control?
Under clause 8.
Clause 8. Now you
Mm.
are through, right?
Yes.
Clause 5 is organization control. Clause 6 is people control. Clause 7 is physical control. Clause 8 is technological.
Technological control.
That's
Yes.
all. This is all about ISO
Mm.
27001.
Mm.
Okay. So
Okay.
then uh, what is the main difference between ISO 27001 and 31,000? What is the main difference? I just told you, right?
Uh,
Organizational security.
Information security.
Organizational security.
31,001 is talking about risk frameworks.
Correct. Mainly they focus on risk framework, right?
Mhm. Yes.
and general business risk. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
now um, I'll make it as one. I'll think about ISO 31,000. Okay. You don't have to read about NIST and all right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because you will get confused. Okay.
Okay.
Risk is also the same ISO 27001 framework, but it is a little in detail on risk and security. It will
Okay.
be
Okay.
detailed about risk and security. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to think about that much. You have to just think about ISO 27000 and ISO 31000 as of now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So ISO 27, ISO 31000, what it talks about?
About risk frameworks, uh, risk management.
Information and data security. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, scope of ISO 27001, what it will be? I just told you, right? Scope of ISO. It will be a organizational. So, scope
Mm-hmm.
will be, CEO or board. Okay. I
Okay.
just told you, right? It it
Uh,
depends on the organization. So, anything
yes.
which is anything which you are not complying with ISO 27000, what happens? It is a complete organization, right? So
Yes.
that's the
Yes.
organization in
Mm-hmm.
practical CEO only, right?
Mm,
So
yes.
that is the one. So in ISO 31000, what happens? Who is responsible?
It is specific to different departments.
You see the department,
CISO.
information and data security.
Mm.
Anything which is
CISO.
happening to see, yeah, correct. Anything which is happening to information and data security
Mm-hmm.
is about ISO 31000. And who heads about
Okay.
information and data security?
And the CISO.
Yeah, IT
Mm-hmm.
head or CISO,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or you can put anything, but CISO is the main person, Chief Information Security Officer. He is the
Okay.
main person.
Mm.
Okay. Hmm. So ISO 31,000 will more
Mm.
talk about uncertainty of object
Okay.
objects. This is the technical word what you can say. Instead of a lengthy conversation, you
Mm-hmm.
can say ISO 31,000 will talk about uncertainty of any objects. That will talk about ISO 31,000 with security, more detailed security audits,
Okay.
security
Mm-hmm.
controls in place. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Mm. Mm. So that's all for today. If you have anything later on, then we
Mm.
can discuss.
Yeah. Sure, Vinod.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. Thank you, Ashwini. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Bye.